work-life balance is bullshit, right? It's one of those false dichotomies we've created for ourselves, like religion versus science, or core business versus innovation, or profit versus purpose, that actually don't make sense if you think about it for a moment, right? Because here's life. The opposite of life is not work. The opposite of life is death. And with all the research we'll be doing on life extension, in all likelihood, you're going to die one day. I'm sorry if that's news to you or shocking. It's going to come, right? But that's actually not a bad thing, because death is actually what inspires us to really live our life, right? Knowing that we have an ending to this actually makes us want to use our lifetime. And this is why it's such a tragedy when people separate and sever work and life, right? It's your lifetime that you're spending. And most of your lifetime, you actually spend at work. You spend more time at work than with your family, with your friends, with your hobbies, with the other things that you like to do. But why is it such a dichotomy? Why have we created this false dualism? Well, partly it's because of the way most of us were educated. Right? When we're going to school, you have to sit still, right? And then you're constantly anxious because you might say something wrong, you might say something stupid, people might laugh at you and exclude you, they might punish you for your mistakes, they might devalue your contribution, and you definitely don't have a right to say anything about what's going on here. So not much psychological safety. So school was already stressful. So not surprisingly, we couldn't wait for the bell to ring so we could go home and play and have fun. Right? Funny enough, you actually learn 10 to 20 times better. The neurological connections in your brain form 10 to 20 times better when you learn something through play. When you learn something because you care about it, it becomes personal knowledge rather than this backpack knowledge that you only learn for an extrinsic purpose that doesn't make sense to you. Right? When you learn something for you, it's much easier to learn and you're much more likely to retain it. Right? And so hopefully our education system will at some point catch up and not torture little children so they don't have that separation. And the same thing goes for work. Right? So many people that I've talked to over the years say they check their personality at the door when they go to work. Right? They are a different person at work than they are in their lives. How sad, right? Because you want to be you all the time. Right? At Lumen, we actually think even personal development, the best place for it is the workplace. Right? Instead of just going to work and being this one person and then taking a yoga seminar on the weekend, right? To actually understand that every moment of your life is an invitation to evolve. Every single moment of your life is an invitation to think about who you are, how you create, how powerful you are in your creation every day, doing something meaningful. And when we have these colleagues, when we have these other people, they're the ones who trigger us. Right? And when we get to learn about ourselves and what triggers us, and we learn to relate to them consciously. So in a way, the workplace is the best place to evolve yourself. And why would you separate it from life? Right? This is your life. This is your lifetime. And all we have in the end is our priorities and the moments that we have. And then we get to figure out how can I make as many moments of myself, as many moments that I have matter to me. Make him in service to who I want to be one day when I'm dead, because that will happen, right? So if you think about every moment, how can I do something meaningful? And again, it doesn't have to be save the world. It can be something very simple. You know, a nurse, a baker, an engineer, even if you do factory automation, right? Even that can contribute to something bigger. We have so many problems in the world right now that get to be solved. And think about how your work can contribute to them, how you, through what you do every day, and even if it's just by spreading smiles, by bringing a good atmosphere to work, by, making your work colleagues feel better, by, bringing beauty into the world. It doesn't matter what you do, but do it meaningfully and don't separate that from your life, because work is life. Every moment of your life is your life, so spend them wisely.